What's up guys, it's Matt's Boosted, and if you're watching this video, you've probably got a Corvette C6 or maybe you're thinking about buying a Corvette C6. Well, either way, we're gonna cover a topic that's talked about all the time to this day. Which one's better, an LS2 or LS3? And you don't wanna make the same mistake I made. Let's talk about it. So if you're new to Corvette C6s, the Corvette C6, it was produced from 2005 to 2013. From 2005 to 2007, it had the LS2 with the T56 if it was a manual, and from 2008 to 2013, it had the LS3 with the TR6060. The LS2 and LS3 are very similar engines. The LS2 is a 6.0 liter, 400 horsepower engine, while the LS3 is a 6.2 liter, 430 horsepower engine. The main difference in the LS2 and LS3 outside of the cubic inches is the head flow design, the camshaft, and the intake design. Because of that, the LS3 makes a couple more horsepower and overall is just a better performing engine. And even though the LS3 makes a little bit more power, don't discount the LS2 because it actually makes a little bit more power down low. Now the LS2 has the cathedral port heads, the LS3 has rectangular port heads, and that airflow on the LS3 really helps the horsepower increase along with the better camshaft design. When it comes to reliability, the LS2 and the LS3 are very similar. Some say the LS2 could be more reliable, but I know that could be debated either way. I know several guys with the Corvette, with the LS2, that have pushed their cars 150,000 plus miles and they haven't even skipped a beat. Now the biggest difference with the LS2 and LS3 in the Corvette C6 is, number one, the LS2 and the Corvette C6, like I said, it's going to have the T56 transmission if it's a manual, and if you get the LS3, that's going to have the TR6060, and the TR6060 is just a beefier, stronger transmission. Some say that the T56 transmission is a little more smooth, but the TR6060 is definitely stronger. Now here's the thing, if you're looking at Corvette C6s, you'll notice a big price difference between the LS2, LS3, generally around $5,000. If you can get a good low mileage, all the maintenance done on an LS2, and you can get a really good deal on it for like 17, 18K, I would heavily consider it. If you're looking at an LS3 Corvette C6, you're probably gonna pay at least 25K. So when it comes to price difference, I wouldn't spend more than a couple $1,000s going up to an LS3, because otherwise you could get a good LS2, you could take that extra money and you can put it into mods and other things for the LS2 and make it way faster than the LS3. But now in all fairness, if you bought an LS3 Corvette for the same mods, you're gonna make more power. The LS3 is just a little bit stronger engine, so mod for mod with the LS2, the LS3 is gonna make more power. Now if you're gonna end up doing boost or something like that, some people say the LS2 might be a little bit better because it's got a little bit thicker cylinder walls. I know that can be debated as well. The LS3 is a super strong engine. I've seen both the LS2 and LS3s on the dyno at 1,000 horsepower, and they held up for how long, I don't know. And I've also seen the same thing with transmissions. I've got a T56 in my twin turbo C6 and it's held up just fine. Now I don't know how long, like I said, but the TR6060 is what I wish I would have had, and that's the mistake I made. Is when I bought my Corvette C6, I got the LS2 with the T56, and if you're only wanting to make 475 NA horsepower, the T56 LS2 is perfect, and a lot of guys do. I completely understand it. But if you want the strongest transmission, you want to easily push 500 wheel full bolt-ons, you got to go with the LS3, and I wish I would have went with the LS3 mainly so I could have got the TR6060 transmission. At the time, I didn't plan on building a 1,000 horsepower wheel Corvette, and most of you guys aren't, and I totally get it. But because of that, I do wish I'd have got the TR6060 because I'm going to pay very greatly for it here down the road. So at the end of the day, if you're talking LS2 or LS3, the LS3 is going to make more top end power. The LS2 makes a little bit more power down low. Modification wise, they're going to be similar. Price wise, they're going to be similar. The only main difference is really the intake, the heads, the cam for the most part. The LS3 is slightly lower compression, and overall the LS3 is going to be more expensive. That is the biggest difference when looking at a Corvette C6 with the LS3, is that you're looking at least 5K difference on average. So it comes down to how much money you want to spend. What are your long-term goals? If you need to stay within your budget and LS2 is within your budget, I get it. I've been there. Find something with some good maintenance records, find something with some low mileage, and if it's tastefully modded or if it's stock, either way, and you love it, go ahead and get it. But if you can find an LS3 for the perfect deal, once again, low mileage, good maintenance, that's modded tastefully or maybe completely stock because you want to do everything yourself, I would definitely get it. Just don't overspend when you could take that money and spend it towards other mods. I appreciate you guys watching, man. I know a lot of guys ask, should you get the LS2 or LS3? If I could pick, I would go with the LS3, but if your money can only go with the LS2 Corvette C6 is a fantastic car. 5-star review. Either way, man, appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe if you like Corvettes, BMWs, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll see you guys on the next one.